Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. My name is Chris Wilczewski. I am the founder and CEO of Functional 3D, 3D scanning services and consulting company based out of Providence, Rhode Island. So, if anybody has seen that picture I posted on LinkedIn and Facebook, I shared on the social media that the pallet arrived. For a little bit of fun with customs and figuring it all out, everything got through and arrived today. Very, very speedy once that was all taking place. So big thank you to DHL for making that happen. And first, I have to say, this looks amazing. The cases that are being used, the little touches of, I don't know if you can see on camera, and we'll shoot some B-roll for the recording after the fact. This is the rotary table. We've got a Universe 10 scanner in here. I haven't opened any of this yet. All I've done is taken it off the pallet. As we are getting a little bit later in the year, I'm really excited about this. You can sport a really nice puffer jacket. So we've got that SmartTech logo on there. Backpack. I'm actually meaning to get a mid-sized backpack, so this looks like that was the bill. Nice padded laptop sleeve and SmartTech 3D. And for those of you not aware, SmartTech 3D is a manufacturer out of Warsaw. They design, manufacture, write all the software that we're going to be talking about today. I've been talking to them for a little while. I'm really excited to start using this on some of my scanning projects. So yeah, let's go ahead and crack open. So we've got a label on the front, also labeled with my company name on there as well. So we've got our rotary stage axis plate. So for anyone familiar with 3D scanning with a structured light scanner and a rotary stage, which we're going to open up in just a second, this is going to help the scanner understand where that rotary stage is in space. So we'll use that accordingly. So I'm not going to take off the wrapping just yet. I'll get to that in a little bit. And we got some foam. And this looks like rotary stage holder. So when we get to that point, looks like that's for holding it up vertically when we do our setup. USB A to, is that type B, the square old printer type. All right, and we've got our power here. So, all right, looks like I do have a European style plug, and we've got 12 volt, 2.5 amp on the other end. So, but it looks like on this regard, pretty standard. I might have one of those laying around somewhere that we can borrow. Oh, two stands for that rotary plate. And I'll take the stage out now. Really nice and solid feel. We've got, of course, our obligatory. Oh, isn't that great? Not the best. Just gotta peel that off, and we've got our connections right on the back. Solid feel. Nice rubberized feet on here. And that's that rotary stage for scanning anything we want to scan. That'll fit on it. So that'll help automate that process. So, let me put this piece of foam back in here, and we will start powering that up in just a minute. Again, this is all brand new. I have not opened this. I have not looked in it. You're seeing it for the first time just with me. Huge thank you to my friend and producer, Christopher Ryan Norman, is with me today in my office, running the camera, watching the chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer those, at least what I can along the way. So this looks like some cutout logo, some cutout pieces of the SmartTech 3D logo right there. I think we'll get to those later. And USB key, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. See if it's just the software or also the license. Oh, maybe we got some adapters. I see some adapters in this box. So, all right. We got European adapter, or European power plug. Okay. So I don't think I have any use for those unless there's a way to adapt them in here. Let's take a look. And here we've got some more fun swag and logos. And then we've got this right here. Yeah, this is our certification. So certificate of accuracy. We've got our information on this device right here. And 10/27. You know what? That was my birthday. 10/27. Look at that. Feel like everything's coming together here. October 2020. So yeah, listing off the information, talking about, there's the calibration plate, talking about that measurement of the flatness between mine and the master, and the accuracy in the data. A nice sheet of targets back here. All right, some great information. Keep everything honest. And yep, I hand that off to Ryan right there. Ooh, here's the good stuff. This is where we wanted to get to. So let's see what else we got. A bracket of some kind. We'll figure what that is for in a minute. Another one of those brackets. Oh, I think this is for the larger plate that we have as well. So here's, oh, I see. So those are the European style plug, and then we just have the one going in from here. So this is the lighting, the shadeless control module. So this will allow us to, this part right here, one of the great things about the SmartTech system that I've seen on videos and some of the research I've done and discussions I've had with with both the owner and my sales manager is their extremely accurate color representation, their ability to capture an extremely accurate color, and with that comes lighting control, which is not something I've seen in the past from 3D scanners. This is definitely something that it's a little bit outside thinking, but it's all part of that ecosystem. It's all right. All the tech is here, but they've thought about these extra things and gone that extra mile. So here we go. We got that power. Again, European style power plug, and we got an USB, another USB-A to standard USB or Type B. That printer style is what we're working with over here. And then we got a really nice, this is great, a single, and we got a couple of cables on here, but the fact that it's all wrapped up in one helps that cable management. so you're not dealing with a dozen on one end and the other. So, but it does appear I will need to have some look around for a different power cable in just a moment. But we'll get to that in just a moment. So we're going to put this power cable right here. We're just about to the scanner. Good stuff. Ready? Everybody ready for this? Ooh, did you hear that? So the handle, I lift up the handle right here. It snaps right in place. So it holds that up. And there we go. So we've got our, it appears, I'm going to go with, I'm going to say projector on this side and camera on this side. So on this unit is the 300 by 400 millimeters. So 300 millimeters wide by 400 millimeters wide measurement size. And so we've got that information down there. So we do already have our bracket attached to the bottom. So, and then really nice feet on there as well. So you can tell, I can set that down nicely. And we've got that bracket for our tripod right in there. All right. So next step is the tripod. Let's get this one out of here. I didn't realize that we weren't going to be able to use. All right. So I did have my other one ready, but it would appear that we can't use it. So again, any questions anyone has, this is a 10 megapixel model. My name is Chris Wilczewski with Functional 3D for anyone just joining us. And this is the Universe 10 by SmartTech 3D out of Warsaw, Poland. This is the tripod included. We got some nice arms there. This is wrapped around. Okay. So there we go. We've got our tripod. Nice separator right there. Go ahead and just taking a look at everything. Okay. So we've got unlock, unlock. We'll unlock all of these. Really nice, and stops. You can't over tighten them. You can't over loose them. Gives you about a 180 turn, and everything will pop out. So I'm just going to hold that all in place. Set that down on the ground. Like so. One. There we go. Really nice. Feels sturdy and solid. And movement there. And looks like we've got a couple of arms here for motion. Oh, a little out of frame there. Thanks again for joining, everybody, either now or in the future with the recording. So we've got 2 attachment points. One here and one there. So let's see. Would need two in the same spot. So we've got a nice slow pivot here. Nice easy movement. The lock. I have a secondary one. I just don't know why I would need two in essentially the same position. I guess a videographer this would be a common camera for that. I just don't want to get in the way. I'm not really seeing any reason to put this on right now, but perhaps I'll find that in just a moment. Thankfully, I'm guessing this isn't like a piece of IKEA furniture where I'll have to disassemble and reassemble everything like I usually do, because I rarely read the instructions. All right, so now here we go. Let me set that right on there. Really solid feel in total package setup. Let's make sure. There we go, sliding right in. It's bumping up just against that. I want to turn it down just a little bit. There we go. There, perfect. We got that nice little click, so that should prevent it. Yep, just as I expected, from sliding forward. Kind of an emergency catch. Okay. So let me tighten up this a little bit more. No, a little bit more still. Close. There's the little piece that tightens the whole thing in place. And I can't rotate it once the scanner is in. No. Unless that's... No, that doesn't do anything. So, once I get it past that. One more time. There we go. Perfect. That's it right there. So now, bring that back up just a little bit, one notch higher. That turns nicely. And we've got our, so I'm guessing this is about where we'll be to start doing scanning. Really nice connections on the back of HDMI, power, and Ethernet. So let's start getting this hooked up and see what we can get going. I'll share my screen. We might need to take a break for just a moment because I'm going to need to find a quick power cable. So I've got really with a screw on this. I guess is the Ethernet connection to the back of here. All right, we got our HDMI. I need to go find. It's a regular standard computer cable, but on the other end is a power for European standard. No, that's okay. I don't need that. I don't think I will. Maybe. That's for the shadeless. That's supposed to drive the lights. So I guess I could. So I'm just going to plug these in for now. All right, number one. Number two, the Ethernet is on the back. So that fixes that. All right. Give me just one moment and we will see what cables I have in my trusty closet. I'm going to put my mic on mute. Have audio now. Hey, welcome back. All right. Um, so uh, took a minute or two to find some stuff, but we've got pretty standard extra cable connection, and so with that, we should go directly into the right there, and plug you. I guess. Oop. All right, and then we plug in the scanner and my computer again. Excellent. All right, and then the other connector, like I mentioned, and there's definitely no polarity here. So we have an AC to DC adapter. We'll go from power strip to, there we go. Those are talking. There. All right. Next up, USB. So we've got the connection right into the back. More cables, am I right? There was a study on that, that if cable left to its own devices will get itself tangled. Alrighty, there we go. And I don't need any of this for now. Put that off to the side. Those are just cables. I'm not throwing around anything important. So next up, we got these three brackets. Okay, 2 brackets and 2 brackets. Would you mind grabbing me? I believe we put that under the sofa. Was that glass piece? Yeah. So again, we're working with structured light, and the awesome thing about this is the plate is actually what's calibrated. So all the information coming out of the scanner at the factory, it is all checked and made sure that everything is functioning properly and returning back the information that it should properly. But in reality, what gets massively calibrated and made sure that the data coming off of it is extremely accurate is going to be the calibration plate. So that's what we have right here. So as long as you treat your scanner with respect and take good care of it, you shouldn't need to send it in and have it calibrated at any point in the future. So here we go. First, okay, so that's what's going to sit on the ground and give us the locations. And then here's that plate that I was talking about. Set that right there. Really nice case and cover for this too, for transport. This obviously fragile, and the reason glass is used is because it doesn't expand or contract nearly. It's a low expanding or contracting or warping in different temperatures. So it doesn't, the temperature of the room or the space that you're scanning in doesn't affect it nearly as much. So we're going to go ahead and set that up like so. I guess this goes in here. Let's just go like this. There we go. Right in like so is number 1, and number 2 right there. Excellent. Okay, and we have a diagram on this plate right here. And my guess, I haven't done this before with SmartTech scanner, but my guess is we're going to use this to line up with the scanner. Probably want to drop that down a little bit so it's more head on. And we're going to use that to project on, and that's going to give us our template. So we're going to go through a number of different positions of this plate with the scanner, and it's going to take then it's going to scan the plate to understand how it's changing, and so everything is in good working order. And so it can confirm that as well as make any adjustments. So if there is slight motion it's a little bit out of alignment inside the scanner during, say, transit, or it goes from being in a really cold temperature to a really hot temperature, any of those thermal expansion situations, it can be compensated for. And that's why this is one of the most important pieces of the whole rig. Keeping this pristine and well taken care of is really, really important. So I'm going to go ahead and power on the scanner now. All right, we got our crosshairs. We've got our red laser coming out right there. So we got right and left lasers coming out. Probably can't see that. Let me go ahead and shift that over for you guys. You can see that on the, actually here, I'll do like that. You can see that right on the plate. I think that gives us our convergence where we want to be. I could be wrong. I think that's some feedback for the scanning location. So we've got that. And this is also the first time I'm really using this software. So we're going to be going through it together. Reports, texture. Failed to load your previous calibration settings. Please visit the calibration in the settings panel to set them accordingly. All right, so where is the settings panel? See, I really have no idea what I'm doing right now. So we need to find a settings panel. It's options, license language, measurement, visualization, calibrations. All right, main calibration folder. I'm going to go with the calibrations are located on the USB key. So let's put that in and see what we got in here. Overall, everyone, really impressed with everything, the way it's all packaged, has come together, and it's really solid. I'm really impressed with everything so far. So main calibration folder, I'm gonna go and find that SmartTech software user manual matrix. Photogrammetry calibration, general calibration, scanner calibrations. So I'm going to select that folder and see what happens. No, no calibration type, so maybe that one. No. And we are just playing with fire here is my guess. Two-phase measurement map calibration projector. We may not get through all this. Like I said, this is my first time playing with it. And for anybody who has worked with commercial 3D scanning before, there can be some nuances. This is not your iPhone or Android app. This is a lot more complex of information. So, log file open. I feel like something should pop up in there. Nothing's showing. Options, cancel. So these are settings. Okay. Feel like calibration. It should be under here. Nothing listed. Apply changes. Failed to load your previous calibration settings. Please visit calibration in the settings panel to change them accordingly. Options, measurements, nope, calibrations. Let me try again. So we're gonna go back down, SmartTech 3D. I feel like Matrix would be where it's at. It's the folder it's looking at over here. And if I select that, oh, there we go. There we go. We got something. All right. Smart. No touch strobe, no photogrammetry. Okay. We go back to scanner and we'll select this simplified. What do we got going on? Initializing. Failed to retrieve current display to settings. Okay. Let's see. We go to now I'm just going to give me just a moment. Displays, display settings in Windows. I'm checking to see if is not connecting to the projector. So projector extend. Let's see if that it. We are running HDMI. Power is on. HDMI connected. Nice thing about it being an HDMI. You know, it really would help if you press the power button. That is a really helpful thing to do when you're trying to turn something on, getting it working. So there's a really nice click to it. That's just the laser line switch at the top for alignment purposes. And then there's a separate switch on the back for the rest of the electronics. So, for anyone who has worked with structured light scanning before, this is really nice capability for these tabletop or the units to be able to kind of get that idea of where your capture region and area is. Because it can be a little difficult sometimes when you're set up, especially in the field, you may not have an optimal setting. There we go. All right, we've got that working. All right, that's exciting. Okay, and we've got that. All right, it is just projecting externally. So let me open up that software again, and let's see. Initializing the scanner. So right now it's just duplicating the screen, failed to retrieve current display to settings. Do real quick, there was some other stuff on that USB stick. I mean, we really are going through this live. I have not worked with any of this stuff before. I have not worked with a SmartTech 3D scanner before. I am just a big old nerd that likes time to be full of himself. So we've got the rotary stage drivers, software. We're working with the newest version of the software, which is really exciting. For anyone who hasn't had the chance to see some of the new updates and capabilities, it's really phenomenal. I would definitely suggest check out the SmartTech 3D video on that and recording on that. Take a look at what their new software is doing. Some really great metrology, GD&T, quality analysis capabilities. So I'm not seeing anything in here. Oh, there's the user manual. Probably should have opened that, but we'll get there. And then let me double check. Go back to my settings. project. Oh, I got on duplicate. Maybe if I press extend. Let's see if that fixes my problem. Initializing scanner. Otherwise, I'll do a shutdown of this program and restart it back up. Oh, there we go. I did something. I'm onto something here. I'm onto something here. So here we go. Recalibrate the. There we go. All right. So it's asking me for GP1, PP1 line. So if you can see, I'm looking at this and it's showing me a diagram. So I want to flip this around and I'm going to set it up. It's showing. So it's showing either side, but I got this nice little center line. And I'm guessing I'm going to want to line. Place the calibration pattern on the red line. So it's that one right there. Let's see. Back that up. Move that to here. So we've got that lined up. And we don't have to be exact. Just wants to get an idea and create some averages from this. So capture calibration images. I'm going to turn off the lasers for this portion. All right, calibration images. Okay, it looks like I'm a little far or need to tip the unit up a little. So it's probably not going to work very well. Remove last measurements. All right. So there we go. We'll turn those lasers on. We're learning the little things here, the little things right here. Looks like that little crosshair where it comes together is probably about where it's going to capture, the middle of where it captures. So I'm going to try that now. See, we're learning. We're learning all kinds of things. This is really coming together nicely. All right, capture, calibration, images. Yep, perfect. One that can see it is projecting a known pattern on that glass that then it captures where those dots are and the location. So now we're going for GP2 right here and capture calibration image. I want to. Oh, that was great. So it's just a quick PP2 is this one. Parallel plane, I'm guessing. I don't know. There we go. I'm not sure if you get that back side of that glass. Those patterns, I think as we get closer, you might be able to see it from the other side. It does project a little bit through. All right, and GP3 is that one right there. And capture calibration images. That was just a one. GP4 brings us back around that pivot. Capture. And this isn't something you need to do every time you scan. This is just a check. If you are seeing some irregularities or information that doesn't really make sense, this isn't something you need to do every time because everything in the scan unit is really well put together. And really only something you need to do maybe when shipping across country or something along those lines, where it may get a little more jostled than a typical transport in the case. This isn't something you need to do every time, just a check. So we're going GP5 right there. Capture calibration image, just the one. And finally, that last plane right there, capture. calculate. We're going to calculate that all that information, all those captures, it has those that information saved, and then it uses that to then calculate no or multiple distinguished markers. Okay. Does it tell me which ones those are? Or multiple distinguished markers. So it won't let me save it. That's nice. I can turn that off, on. Nope. We'll do a quick. Okay, recalibrate. I'm gonna start that process again. Thanks, Raphael. It's on the pen drive for the instructions. Am I completely screwing up? Are you watching? You can comment, Raphael, if you have something to you can comment in the video. Raphael is my guy at SmartTech, and so I believe he's watching. He did just message me on LinkedIn that I buzzed onto my watch, and he's telling me to look at the pen drive. So he must be doing something wrong here that he doesn't like. So let's do a quick fine calibration. Setting the calibration folder. See, look at all the stuff in here. This is amazing. If I had just read this, we might be just blowing through all this. Calibration page 271. This is really detailed. Lots of screenshots. I can tell you that. I'm looking at those instructions. Lots of screenshots, which is extremely helpful. I much prefer oftentimes being able to read and go through stuff versus a video at different times. Just because it's sometimes a pain to pause and start. Because you'll definitely, if you're watching this as a way to learn how to use a SmartTech scanner, I would highly recommend you open the manual. There's definitely a lot of information here, way more than we're going through. That is for sure. 271. Okay, here we go. 271, start of it. Oh, there it talks about calibration, language changes, license. I thought it said 271. Okay. Okay. Recalibration of a 3D scanner, optional. Every calibration kit can only be used to recalibrate 3D scanners of a corresponding measuring volume. Da, da, da. A tape measure for measuring scanner and calibration plate positions. Oops. Okay, that's that. Going through positions, kits, preparing. Perpendicular to the calibration plate. So I'm going to go with that's probably one of my biggest problems right now. Lower this. How are we doing on time? Almost an hour in? Okay. Okay. Remember, if you got any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. Ask me anything you got. So let's see. We want this perpendicular. It looks flat. And then bring it down. There we go. There. think we're looking good. Okay. So the most important part was the part I wasn't doing. All right. Let's see if that does it. So again, we'll calibrate, capture. One. Okay. All right. We're going to be finishing up in just a few minutes, everybody. So let's hopefully get this calibrated, and we'll get to some more test scanning. All right, and then now I go to 3. This one, that's number 3. And it's 4, which is back this way. 5, or PP3, yeah. Might still be a little too close, so we'll see if that does it. I don't have a whole lot more room to come back. And that's that. We'll calculate and see what it thinks. No y-axis. Okay. All right, I'm going to read through some more of the instructions on the calibration process, and we'll do another live stream shortly with setting up the axis, the rotary table, and this should be a similar piece of equipment. I'll pop this open while we got everybody listening. All right. All right, what do we got here? Okay, so this is just a flat white plane that we would use for our, it's gonna go, it slides under. Snug. That way. That way. Nice and snug on there. There's a right way and a wrong way. There we go. So that will slide in a little further right there on there. And we'll get the rotary stage lined up and put together the whole system. So with that, we've taken up now an hour of time today. I really appreciate everybody coming and joining. We'll be diving into some more first scans, and maybe I'll get a couple of those tonight and show some screenshots, or maybe an OBJ or something that everybody can take a look at and see what's going on. But thank you again, everybody, for joining. My name is Chris Wilczewski, founder of Functional 3D, and this is my new SmartTech Universe 10 3D scanner, structured light, and I hope you all enjoyed, and join me next time. Have a great afternoon. Okay, what's going on upstairs?